Look! It just came out! Look at that!
I love it!
Welcome back to another exciting episode of After Hours. I'm Dave Palumbo, and I'm joined by the entire Whack Pack plus a special guest you're going to meet in a little bit. Guys, welcome back to the show. This is our Thanksgiving Day holiday show, and joining us on Turkey Day is our ex-producer, Tyler Shore, in studio.
Hey, good to be back. Hey, everyone.
Oh, you're full of shit.
Yeah.
He got fired from his new job and evicted, and he had nowhere else to go. So
I got nowhere else to go.
Back.
I got a question for Greg. Greg,
circling the drain.
You're a Yankee fan for life, right?
Right.
We were talking before the show. There was a candy bar out for a while back in the 70s when Reggie Jackson played for the New York Yankees called the Reggie Bar. Whatever happened to the Reggie Bar?
It was basically a one and done thing. It was for his because he was like, you know, they were it was in honor of him being a Yankee and hitting all these home runs. And when they gave him out at a game, and people were throwing him on the field, right? When he hit hit a home run, throwing him on the field. And then what they did was there's people who actually kept them and never opened them. And
they sold Reggie bars in the candy store. I remember as a kid, we used to buy them.
Only for a small period of time, like a one and done.
They realized they weren't going to be able to fit the asterisk on the label, so they had.
He had no asterisk. What asterisk?
Is that it?
Yeah.
Well, you know what's
Look at how it's spelled: chocolatey, covered caramel peanut.
He misspelled chocolate.
I don't think they spelled it right. Right?
It doesn't look correct.
That must be a Chinese knockoff.
No, you know what it is though? It's that it could be a Chinese knockoff because that's.
I think Mr. G did that bar. Give me let me see another one.
40 years old already.
Is that it?
No,
Greg, would you eat that shit after all this time?
It depends on how much money you give me. I'd eat anything.
Wait, you ever try the old baseball card packs and try to eat the fucking gum out of it? Now it's so bad.
The gum from Topps company?
No, but if you try to eat, I have unopened packs. I tried to eat a gum recently. It melted in my fucking mouth like powder. It tastes like shit.
Yeah, I know. Well, that candy bar was fucking 40-something years old, and there's people that still have them that they've actually kept them frozen or whatever, and they try to sell them because they're
I got my fucking Fruity Flakes over here.
Fruity Flakes.
It's Fruity Flakes. It's Fruity Flakes.
Like
well,
fruity.
you know, I mean, fruity.
Fruity.
You know what the crazy thing is? Maybe John Romano might understand this because he was out in Goldsham at the same time I was. In like 1981, I actually did shoulders a few times with Reggie, and he was fucking nuts. But he hung out with all juice dealers. I'm going to tell you that right now. He was very close with Kay Baxter, Wick.
Was he a schmo?
With juice dealers. What's that?
Was he a schmo? Did he like the women bodybuilding?
No. He actually worked out, dude. I was doing shoulders with him on the Nautilus shoulder machine, and chicks would walk by and he'd be like, they'd say shit, and I'd be like, oh my god, don't do that with me here because they'd look at me like I'm a fucking freak and shit, you know.
And Reggie was like your hero, right, Greg?
Well, yeah. When I didn't know him, when I got to know him personally, I was like, holy fuck. But bro, let me tell you something. If you look at Reggie when he first came up with the Oakland A's and shit like that, he was skinny. You know what I'm saying? And then when he was with the Yankees, he used to have that top button unbuttoned and shit. Right. I swear to God, I think guys were doing juice. I can't say for sure. I really shouldn't.
Right.
Like, I'm not saying, because you said Reggie with an asterisk next to it. I'm thinking like, holy shit. I always wondered if he did the steroids because the guys and the girls he hung out with, Kate Baxter, you know, God rest her soul, you know, she, you know, used to get things, you know what I mean? And, you know what I'm saying? And,
Greg, let me ask you a question. Did you teach him about the enema?
I would have gave him an enema, to be honest with you.
Did you try to cut back yet?
Wait, Greg, who did you influence?
Tyler doesn't know what we're talking about. Greg did a whole dissertation on enemas that he takes every 40 times a day.
I want to know who else Greg influenced to do this shit besides Armon, because Armon's sticking this shit up his ass 5 times a day now because of the articles fucking Greg wrote. How many years?
Armon, make it 6. Don't do 5.
I had someone send me a
wow.
Wikipedia page where it was like there's like a condition where people who like they're like it's like like almost like a medically diagnosed condition of people who have to get enemas all the time.
Yeah, but wait a minute.
No.
You gotta understand. I use
like a
the
fetish.
regular, like the one you get. I'm not using a hyponic enema. You know what I'm saying? One of them,
You see the fetish. The
Well, it's
fetish girl
probably the
enemas,
feeling.
right?
Well, yeah, but I think that it's probably the feeling
No.
because if you guys have ever traveled to like overseas to like Japan or like China, you know how they got those smart toilets where like you press a button and like the water squirts up your butt, and cleans it and all that stuff. It's like, man, the first time I experienced one of those toilets, bro,
You
I was
fucking
like,
you came from that, you asshole.
I probably did. I probably fucking did. Like,
Nah, but you
like,
know
it was
what's
fucking.
funny? Yeah, but that's like a potato. That's like cleaning your ass.
Yeah.
When you shit, if you use an enema and shit like that, like the handheld squeeze fucking Fleet enema, I don't use the enema with the sodium water in there. I dump out the water. I put warm water in there, and I use the warm water, and it cleans you out. You feel
Greg,
better.
why are you cleaning yourself? I still don't.
He uses
understand the
seltzer because he
reason.
likes the bubbles in there. It gives you a nice tingly feeling.
Why don't you just take Fiberlize and be done with it?
Oh,
He
speaking
does,
of,
John. On top of that,
Speaking of
On
Fiberlize,
top of that, he
I
takes
need more
Fiberlize.
Fiberlize. Yeah,
Tyler's out of Fiberlize. He's got an emergency.
I've been hurting.
Dave knows I use Fiberlize
Yeah,
every
he
night.
does.
I'm
Yeah,
not
he's a
saying
Fiberlize.
that.
If you
I'm
ever
not
get worms, we're gonna walk out of your asshole twirling a cane.
I gotta tell you something. No, listen, I love all you
top hat
guys,
on.
but my asshole's cleaner than all yours.
Oh,
You can
absolutely.
eat off my ass. My asshole's
Okay.
cleaner than all yours because I clean it. I
Your,
wash
your
that
ass
shit.
is too high maintenance, Greg. I'm sorry. There's too much.
Yeah,
it
really.
requires
And
too
to-
much. Too
And
much work.
to what end? Why does one need an asshole that fucking clean?
I think he's fucking around because one time on the show he says he likes the finger in his ass. Right? But then the last show
No, I
goes
don't like
no. But on the last show, Richard said, your girlfriend's sticking a dildo in your ass." You go, "No, I don't like it in the ass." So I think you're doing it because you like the dildo. You're not telling us.
No. Listen, if my girlfriend wants to stick a dildo in my ass is, you know what I mean? So she can do it. But, just as long as she doesn't
Let's just get it
stick one of
clear.
those fucking big butt plugs up there. But, no, it's not that. But the thing is, with the water, with the enema, it cleans you out. And I do it before I got to go out. You know why? Because if I go out to the store, there's certain stores I think that have a silent signal that every time like Dollar Tree, every time I'm in Dollar Tree, I have to go to the bathroom. Also, I could be fine. The minute I walk in the fucking front doors, it's like a silent fucking signal hits me. And I'm like, holy shit, I gotta go, and I gotta go now.
Romano, can you imagine that every time you go out of your house, you have to be stressed out that you're gonna shit your pants, and you have to do an enema every time you go out?
Armon does it too.
I mean-
Armon does it too.
Not like that.
I can't
I just
imagine
want-
having to be that preoccupied with taking a shit. I mean, it's like it's either. I mean, maybe I'm weird, man. I get up in the morning, I take a dump, and that's it. I'm good for the day. You know, it's you guys gotta like worry about this shit. I wouldn't.
I do. Like if I had to go to a
nuts.
baseball game or
You don't
something.
want to go out and go to like a wedding and have to shit during the wedding.
Yeah,
and be
you-
in
No
there
one
and
who
do-
thinks about this.
How many times a day
But
you
that's-
gotta shit?
And you're in like a
Who
little
thinks
stall, sweating and hot, and have a suit on, and
Yeah, he's right. Armand's right. Good.
I think, but by squirting water up there, you're actually overstimulating your colon, and that's why you got to go so many times a day.
That's not
I
true.
agree. You're doing something wrong.
I think it's
definitely
Dave, I think
It's like when you get a
unhealthy, too.
prostate exam, you feel like you have to poop the rest of the day. It's like because it overstimulates that area too much.
Dude, I had a prostate exam where my doctor was disgusted. You might, I'll tell you later on who the doctor was. He's gay, but he stuck his finger up my ass. He was a regular doctor. It's my first TRT doctor. The one with the,
Ludwig. It had to be
TRT doc?
Ludwig.
bro, he stuck his finger up my fucking ass and did the, where he touched the prostate.
Was he
And he
jerking
was
your
like,
dick off too at the
because
same
I
time?
shave. And he goes to me, "Oh, you're so clean." And I was like, "Dude, that's like."
Greg got raped. Greg got raped,
Dude, you're making me
basically.
feel violated and shit, don't you?
Was
He said, "Oh, you're
did,
so."
did he do a reach around? Did he do
I
a reach
smell
around?
I smell a class action suit here.
Wait, I want to know why was he naked too? No, I'm just.
Oh, okay.
He pulled the glove off like this. Look. He pulled the glove off and put it in his mouth. He pulled it off. No, but you know who it is. I'll tell you later who it is.
Ludwig.
But
Ludwig, right?
no, it wasn't Ludwig.
Oh.
It wasn't Ludwig. No.
Look at Jimmy pacing down there. He's probably like,
Oh, we still got him? I thought he disappeared.
He's going nuts.
Jimmy's pacing down there. He's like, I want to tell you guys my enema.
Jimmy, what's going on, Jimmy?
He's gonna have a salve.
He got yelled at by some 7-year-old guy on the side of the road.
Jimmy,
but it looks like
he's going nuts. Look at him.
Jimmy.
Looks like his thing is mute though.
Here he comes.
We can't.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, his thing is
He
mute.
doesn't have his
Maybe his
audio
fucking
on.
Put your audio on.
I'm
You're
gonna
muted.
ask you to unmute.
Jimmy's phone needs an enema. It's clogged.
You got to unmute your phone. You're muted. We can't hear you.
It's very emphatic, though.
Yeah.
Greg, you don't even
can't
understand
hear
how
you.
many people reach out to me about the fucking enema shit.
muted?
So many people with their theories and shit of why you do it. So many people.
Take your plug in and out.
I do it
I think
because
it's a fear of having to go out and have to
the
take a
bathroom.
shit while you're doing an activity.
Right. He's right. Armon hit the fucking nail on the head. He's right. He's
You
100%
learned from your fucking article, though. He's biased.
But how many times a day do you guys got to take a dump?
It's not
I
that.
personally think that
Even if you don't have to take a dump. Listen to what Armon's saying. If Armand's going to a wedding, that's what he's trying to say. Like he just
Yeah, but
used
you
the
do
wedding.
it 6 times a day. He does it once every 6 months, and he's got to go to a
That's what I'm trying
wedding.
to get at. That's what I'm trying to get at. Don't you? I mean, are you guys that irregular? I mean, like
No, but it's just that sometimes I don't know when I go places, something I say, you know what? I don't want to have to shit, so let me try to.
Armon,
go
how many times a week do you do that enema?
Now, not much. When I was on
Right.
pain meds, I was constipated. all
Well,
the
you were
time.
constipated from the pain meds, yeah, but that's a different
Oh, I
story.
don't do it for that. I
Like
don't
once
do
a
it for
day, but now once every couple weeks.
Yeah,
I've always had stomach
that's
issues,
normal.
though.
I'm not. Greg does it 5 times a day.
Yeah, that has to mess up. That has to mess up your
That's
system.
not-
Nah,
good.
it doesn't. I swear to God, my doctor, I've been doing it 30 years.
Wow.
Well, I guess
He'll
it's
live
so
to
long, you
120
can't stop
probably
now.
from doing it. you know.
Look at Tyler down there. He's like, I don't know if I did this shit. I don't know.
Yeah, but
His anal
haven't tried
lining
it
must
yet.
be like fucking shoe leather.
Dave, did you ever
Yeah, man.
did our guest last time? Did he contact you anymore after that episode?
No.
Tyler's like, what did I come back for?
Yeah, really happy to be back.
who's that? The powerlifting guy?
You know,
Did he
you should kick
contact-
Jimmy out and see if he comes back in.
Okay.
Did
Now
he-
we got
I was
Mr.
wondering if
G,
he contacted
2, 3,
Dave
6. We
after
got
that
9
episode.
people on this show
Jimmy,
now.
turn your audio on.
It got tap the unmute button.
Unmute. Someone text him and
It
tell
should
him
be
that.
popping up when I
Oh,
John,
click
punch
it.
it up on a paper.
He doesn't know how to do that.
Every week, you know what is we confuse him because I was doing StreamYard now, and he figured that out. Now he's back to Zoom. He can't figure it out. He probably
Yeah,
has the
he-
wrong
no, he-
microphone selected. That's probably what it is.
No, he's on mute.
Yeah, he's muted, but he won't.
He's
let me.
muted.
He's
I gotta tell him
He
that
can't
another
hear
guy.
you.
This fucking thing.
We can't hear you, but I know what you're saying.
You know what happened? He was telling me earlier. Verizon sent him a new phone, and it never showed up. And when he called them up, they basically told him, "Well, that's not our problem. You got to contact UPS." He went crazy on the woman on the phone, like screaming at her, like "Fuck you! What do you mean I got to call UPS? You fucking lost my phone!" And then he lost his mind. So
Yeah, but don't get no phone from Verizon on the.
they
that's
probably
a-
turned his service off. That's why he can't contact us.
That's a used phone he's getting. Somebody else's fucking problem. They sent to Verizon. They fix it
Oh,
and
you
they
think
give
so?
it.
That's probably right. You're probably
Let me
right.
tell
Yeah.
you something. Remanufactured products are better than the new ones.
Where'd you do
Usually
that?
they are. Yeah, he's right, John.
Because they upgrade them, they fix them, and they pay attention to them.
yeah,
I'll
they
take
go
a
over everything a lot.
remanufactured.
Tyler's an
Hey,
expert.
already.
He's a techno geek. What's the best phone you think out there right now?
Oh,
You've tried them all.
that's kind of subjective.
He's always switching around. Every week he's got
Yeah.
another
I
phone.
knew this wasn't going to be a simple answer.
It's subjective. It's like iPhone and a handful of Androids. Like
Which one's the best? Do you think you've tried them all?
for what?
Yeah,
For like photography or for using it for a being a
All
phone?
purpose. Like if you had to
Oh,
rate
shit.
everything together, like phone service, to video, pictures.
They only care about the fucking cameras, these assholes nowadays.
That's
You only
right.
care about the camera. That Samsung Galaxy is.
Oh,
a
is it
beast.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even like Samsung products, but I had to. That thing's ridiculous.
My friend said the Google phone has the best picture.
They
Bullshit.
take really
The
good pictures too,
movie
for
thing.
sure.
What
Yeah,
about that Sony? I think there's a Sony one that's really good with the camera.
They actually they came out.
have a
We're getting
phone?
really fucking geeky. We could geek out if you want to.
Yeah,
but-
it's like a really good camera.
really?
Yeah, it's like
yeah?
$1,800, and it has like a
the
1
phone?
inch. It has a 1 inch sensor on it, so it's like more of a camera than a phone.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave.
It's like almost
Yeah.
What do you
$2,000.
think? What do you think? Do you think they're gonna shut TikTok down or what? Because that shit.
Probably not.
Oh man, that shit
What's the latest going on with TikTok? Fill me in.
Wait, did you guys know this? That there's two versions of TikTok.
Yes.
I didn't know
There's the one they use in China.
Right.
It's got a 2-hour limit. It only does educational programs. It won't download other shit.
They
it's
send
really
the
like
propaganda
what
to the United States one, yeah.
And the one they send to the United States is the one that rots the kid's brain.
I
They
hate
give
this
time
fucking
limits
tick
over
shit.
there. You have a time limit.
Yeah,
and
you
they
can only
stop
it's
it.
only 2
They
hours.
shut
And then
Yeah,
that's
because they don't want the whole society to go to shit over there. That's why they're smart.
No, because you know what's funny? That's because of the fucking kids here with all the TikTok and all. You think that they're gonna let some guy get on there like I'm transgendering and all this other bullshit? It ain't happening over there, bro.
They're giving.
Oh, no, not over there.
Testosterone now in China.
Can you imagine if someone tried to take an enema up their butt on TikTok in China? Forget about it. They lock you up for the rest of your life.
That's why I
Oh,
never
yeah.
live in China.
Greg, make videos on the fucking animal and put them on TikTok.
Yeah,
You guys laugh about this shit. This is the serious freaking issue.
Yes.
Wait, what are they
No.
saying, John? What are they saying?
Animal
I didn't hear
abuse?
anything about it. What are they
About
trying to
what?
take it down again?
TikTok.
Hey,
Oh,
do you-
TikTok.
Do you know why? Do you know that more than half of the United States is on TikTok? They came out with a thing yesterday. I was watching a whole thing about it. Not only is half the United States, but companies. And they don't understand it. These big corporations and the people that work for them and everything, all their information is in now being taken by China. And they're saying this is a legitimate spy tool. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, it
John?
is. You're right. And you know what the funny
Absolutely
thing is? Half the people who are on TikTok think that TikTok is like their educational source for information. So if they're like, oh, I wonder if I have cancer of my throat, I'll just go to TikTok and find out.
because
God
the
forbid they
Chinese
read an
want-
article somewhere. You know,
China wants you to think that shit, though.
of course,
They
it's
want you to
propaganda.
believe
You're
that.
right. I agree.
They
You
want that.
remember
They don't
Trump
want
wanted
you-
to take that shit down, but when Biden came into presidency, he shut it down immediately.
Trump should have just followed his instincts because the others would tell him, nah, you can give it time. There's a lot of things that if Trump came back, he would change immediately, you know, and get rid of. But that thing is bad. Bro, there's spy shit going on
Can
with
you
that.
imagine China allowing one of our social media like networks to just unlimitedly prosper in their society?
They
I
don't
heard
limit
they limit-
anything.
No, they wouldn't.
control.
No
they
way.
limit
Yeah.
everything. Everything
Facebook is limited
in
too.
China.
Yeah.
You know, in China, you can't even use Google. Google
Really?
doesn't work in China.
Yeah.
They lock everything
They're
up.
smart.
You're only allowed
Smart.
to do what the state allows
Smart.
you to do.
Yep.
Yeah, you want to know how to? You want to know the extent they lock up everything and they stop everything? Children, you're allowed to have one kid in certain parts of
Yeah.
China.
I think they changed
That
that,
wouldn't
didn't
be a
they?
bad idea for America.
They
What
might
happens
still
if you have
be-
two? Greg, what
Well,
happens if you have more?
Yeah.
What,
They'll
they
just
kill
neuter
you?
us.
has to get rid.
You got to choose the one you like the most and say goodbye to the other one.
They're just neutering us with
Right.
phytoestrogens. That's all. We don't need to have
That's
a
pretty
law.
much it.
Finish TikTok.
Right,
Who's on TikTok though on here? Richard, I just saw you last week on there.
I don't use
Yeah.
it.
I have an
use that.
account, but I don't use it.
And
I'm
TikTok
really
has
only
got
on-
every
yeah.
kid on trend. Every kid is on trend
Oh,
now.
my God.
15, 16. They think that's the only drug out there. Like so trend. So there's this big old this D-bag on there. His name's like, I'm not even gonna give him any clout, but his name's pretty much Trend. And all he talks about is hey, how great Trend is.
Is that
Everybody
like
should
that
use Trend.
Skywalker guy, Armon?
Sounds like
Remember
Well,
that?
that's like, dude.
That
well, that's like-
Skywalker
that's like-
guy.
No.
Dude, that's like-
who?
That's
Remember that guy Skywalker, John Skywalker? He only did talk about trend and pimp it out to kids all day and night.
but that's the same.
Yeah, that tall guy, he has gyno and he's skinny.
Yes.
And,
Yes, cool, tall,
Yeah, but
skinny
that's
guy.
the,
Yeah.
but that's the same shit. Like in my era, you remember Musclehead? Musclehead, all he used to talk about was fucking trend and like bad mouth and fucking slander the fuck out of my clinic. You know, and
there's
but
a
all his
difference.
shit was
TikTok is aimed at kids. I think it's 14 is the median
exactly,
age.
which is
Yeah.
the scary shit. That's the reasons why.
Yeah.
Like the main reason why I'm on TikTok is because my son is on that shit at least minimally.
I told you, don't
I
let
mean,
him
right-
go on that shit. He's gonna
But
turn
dude,
it
right
into
now-
something you don't want.
Hey,
He's
if
gonna
right
do something
now,
you don't
trend.
want, Richard.
At
Don't
least
be
they're
mad.
on
He's
trend. A lot of them are on fucking estrogen.
Dude,
A lot of
right
boys
now-
are on estrogen on there.
Yeah.
right, 100%. Right now, my son is on vacation to fucking Morocco, and my ex-wife is telling me that he's still on fucking TikTok minimally 2 fucking hours.
Take that
And I'm
shit
like, this is an
fucking away.
addiction. Enjoy
Take that
fucking
shit away,
vacation.
Richard. You're in control. Take that
I
shit
won't.
fucking
Yeah.
away.
You know what? Here, John Romano. You know what's funny?
He's 8 years old.
They've got 2 ways to neuter the kids of our society that are growing up. Either they put them on estrogen, or they just give them steroids, which does the same thing.
You know they did that to
right?
Michael Jackson.
They're all
right?
unfertile. No one's fertile anymore.
Dave, you know Michael Jackson as a kid, they didn't want his voice changing, so the father gave him fucking estrogen. That's why his voice was so fucking high.
Yeah, that don't do shit.
I
There's
don't
you know how many
believe
trannies I know? They're like, hey.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
You got to
Like, their
block. You
voices-
got to block androgens.
No, but if you do it, preventing him from to go to puberty,
I
who
think
knows
you got to
what
block
effect
androgens.
That doesn't work that
You got to
way.
block the
Dave,
androgens.
Dave, all the blood work you look at, I know all the blood work I look at of
Yeah.
clients of mine, every guy's testosterone's low now.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
everybody,
Yep.
16-year-olds,
And they're-
18-year-olds,
Yep.
everybody.
The
That's
estro- and,
because-
the, and the
That's
estrogen levels
because-
through the fucking roof.
That's
Yeah, I
because
had, like,
they
a
shouldn't be
16-year-old.
doing steroids. Dude, no teenage boy should be doing steroids. When I
Right,
was
these are people
18
that are
years
not
old-
on steroids. These are guys that are not on steroids. They have low testosterone, is what he's
Yeah,
saying.
they're like a 16-year-old
Are
hired
you
me. He got
serious?
blood work. His estrogen was 280, and his test levels were like 400. Yeah,
And he
the
never
fuck
did
is-
steroids.
I got a client who's got a
No.
kid, a son. The kid is, I think he's 12 or 13 years old.
Right.
He's been eating the typical American diet, drinking the typical American beverages for his entire 13, 14 years on Earth. The kid is a fucking wreck. He's borderline diabetic. He's overweight. He's got a pair of tits that would fucking make any 15-year-old girl
terrible.
jealous. All right?
it's crazy.
And
Yeah,
this kid is fucked up.
Right.
You know?
Richard wants to suck
And
on
I'm
him.
like, I want to tell his parents, you know, his kid
No,
can
it's
lose-
so
he can
sad.
diet down and be the skinniest kid on the block. He's still gonna have fucking tits.
Well,
So
he should just
you
become
gotta get that
transgender,
shit
John.
cut.
That's a good
What?
solution. They'll just tell him transition into a woman.
Yeah, just he's halfway there now. You know, he's half there.
What's his phone number?
Greg's thinking about trading up.
the
Trading
kids are
down,
so
baby.
sensitive too.
He's
You make
over
a
10,
video
Greg.
and you get attacked,
But a lot
and
of
you say you're a bully. You're a bully. You're bullying everybody. Just I made a video. It was like used to what we were talking about before. Used to have some muscle to wear a stringer. Now in the tripods they would get broken. I made a video about that, and people were like, so you want to bring bullying back? I'm like, did I fucking say that?
Everything's
No.
fucking bully. Wait,
I said, well, some bullying's good. Like it teaches you to be tough, and the older,
Yeah, exactly.
of
the
course.
older,
Yeah.
Dude, you just hit the nail on the fucking head.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Society today prevents boys from being tough.
Who
Yep.
was committing
Period.
suicide
100%.
when we were young?
100%. 100%.
My father,
Nobody.
my
Over-
father
over the
bullied the fuck
fucking
out of me.
internet.
Listen,
Don't
my
wanna-
father bullied the fuck out of me.
And you
'cause he
turned
wanted
into the
me to be a
Fonz.
fucking pussy. Yeah, he didn't want
especially if those kids are being raised by a single parent, specifically a woman. It's worse. I mean, like ever since I got out, to get Max to be the toughened up child that he is now. I mean, I took him zip lining, right? Because he was scared of heights, right? And that trail normally takes about like 30 minutes to complete, right? It took 2.5 fucking hours because he would always be traumatized in each and every single section. My clumsy ass at one of the sections, like tripped off of one of the logs. He thought I was gonna die. He's like, "No, I don't want my dad to die." And I'm like, "Where is this like excess like emotion coming from?" Because I'm not like that. And then I started realizing I was like, wow, it's because he's been. I'm sorry to say this word. He's been pussified by like my ex-wife.
Yeah.
No,
And to the standpoint where when he finished it, dude, when he finished it, he was a atypical alpha male. He was like, "I did it, Dad. I was at 50 feet in the air. Like I did a zip line. I'm gonna like give me your phone." He was calling everybody like excited. Like and that's what and that's what I was trying to get him to do is like, so like now, like when he gets back, it's like, I was like, look, now we got to be like with animals. We're going to go to like Jungle Island and pet animals, very dangerous animals. Cause I want that.
And then he's going to take him to shoot guns after that to really make him a man.
Hey, well, no, I can't because of our record.
Yeah,
but believe you me, it's like I would love to take him to a fucking shooting range.
Things have changed. So when I was in first grade, I was sitting on a bus at school. It was in the wintertime. Some kid threw a fucking snowball through the window and hit me in the face. I had a big black eye. It was hurt. Like I go home, my mother. I'm like, how old are you in first grade? 5, 6, 7. I go home. My mother. What happened? And I tell her what happened. My Sicilian mother. She goes, "You go to school tomorrow and you go up there, you punch him in the face, and if you do that, I'm gonna take you shopping and buy you something nice."
Yo, same shit. My parents said
I couldn't
the same
fucking
shit
wait. I got to school the next day. I ran right up to that kid and I fucking pummeled him. I punched him in the face 30 fucking times.
That's
I get home and my mother
says,
"What happened?" I said, "I told her." I went to her. I went up to him. I punched him in the face about 50 fucking times. She goes, "That's good." She hugs me. "That's good. Come on, let's go." We go to the store. She gets me shopping. That's what you need to do to kids. Not fucking, don't just walk up to him, bring him cookies tomorrow and then try to be friends with him.
I'll tell you what the problem is.
Fuck that.
I'll tell you what the problem is with the kids today. Honestly, I'm not joking around. And I'm sure you'll understand this. The problem is that, number one, kids don't do things with their father. When I was younger, I played football with my father. He taught me how to play baseball. Number two, kids stay inside. When we were kids, my mother used to say, "Get out of the house, don't come back till lunch." And then after lunch, get out of the house, don't come back.
You were allowed to come back for lunch?
Yeah.
The best I got was a fucking sandwich through the window. That was, other than that, you had to stay out of the fucking house.
You went outside and played with other boys. You played basketball, you played football, you played baseball. You went fishing. You fucking fought with them on the lawn. You wrestled around with your best friends. That's what you did.
But wait a second, Greg. Listen to me, Greg. The biggest fucking thing is nowadays you can't discipline your kids. You can't hit them. You can't do shit. Slap them on the ass.
I know that.
You can't do nothing if you see kids doing what the fuck they want. It's because of that.
But the kids want to stay home, and the kids want to go on the fucking internet, and the kids want to play video games. Is the worst thing that's ever happened to kids.
Gaming.
Kids play that shit.
Everybody's gaming now.
You got that
shit
right.
Is bullshit.
Fucking gaming, dude.
I've never played a video game. That fucking shit is
Kids
bullshit.
make money playing games now. Look on YouTube. I mean,
yeah, but you need your kid outside. The kid's got to fucking wrestle. I used to wrestle with my next door neighbor. We'd fight. We'd go out. He was my best friend. Then we'd play baseball, throw football, go up to the schoolyard, throw lacrosse ball. That's what you got to do. And that's why kids are fucked up today. And plus, you got to do shit with your father. You know what I mean? You got to do things.
Greg, it's also the amount of fear that people surround these kids with. I was at the park yesterday, and I see this kid. He's about 10 years old, riding his bike. He's got a helmet, shoulder pads, elbow pads, wrist guards, knee pads. I'm like, what the fuck? We used to make a ramp out of fucking bricks and plywood and fucking jump our bicycles.
John, my fucking nephews are scared to drive.
And we all fucking lived. We didn't have our fucking helmets and pads and shit.
Kids today are scared to fucking drive too. They don't want to fucking drive. They get their license. Remember how excited we were?
Yeah, they don't.
Now they're scared.
Well, they don't have to. It's pretty soon the cars drive you for you. You're not gonna have to drive.
Yeah, but the thing is, like what John was saying is, we did things like that. You built ramps. We built forts, right? We would build a fort out of shit, and you go fucking, you know what I mean? The thing is, you got to be with other kids, and they don't do that today. And you know what else, too, John? Like when my mother would say, "Get out of the house," you know what I mean? We'd all leave. And the thing is, my mother never knew where the fuck we were. Sometimes I'd go take my bike. I was like fucking miles away fishing and shit.
Exactly.
There
was no give a shit, probably.
There was no cell phone. My mother didn't call. Like, where are you?
We all had one rule, and it was everybody had the same rule. Street lights, come on, go home. That was
my
it.
mother do the whistle.
We knew. Okay. I was miles away. I couldn't hear her whistling.
Is everybody's worst nightmare, right? Getting your kid picked up. And I think people worry about that all the time. Like, oh, my kid's going to get picked up in traffic. We didn't really, hear about it or talk about it back then. So
you're right.
Of course, you're going to be protective of your kid over a certain extent. But it's like, if someone's bullying you, you're either going to fight back or keep getting bullied. And now you can have all these other outlets. Oh, my mental health's not good. Like, just hit the kid back or keep getting hit, or I don't know, man.
You're missing the most important thing in all this. They don't fucking want to work. None of these kids want to work. My dad threw me in the kitchen. 14 years old. I cleaned the fucking pots. He wouldn't give me no fucking money. He goes, "You want money? You go fucking work for it." These kids, they don't want to work.
Who looks more like the Fonz, Bravo or the Fonz?
No, but the Fonz was a fucking nerd. But he tried to make himself not a nerd.
The Fonz is nerd, yeah.
Yeah, he was a nerd.
His last name was Irwin.
Yeah. You know where I actually got the ideas, the leather jackets, Andrew Dice Clay, because he was my neighbor as a kid. I told you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was my neighbor as a kid, my dad's friend, so he was always in the house. So he influenced me without me even realizing it. So
is that where you got the leather jacket from?
Yeah, well, he always wore the leather jackets.
Yeah,
yeah. And my father too.
Dave, he was into bodybuilding. Don't you remember? He used to hang out at Gold's.
Yeah,
he used to work at Gold. Yeah, he used to work out at Gold's in Paramus, right over here.
He did in Venice too for a while, right?
He was down in L.A.
Yeah.
Santa Monica and stuff. Sometimes he was a groupie, bodybuilding groupie. He was into that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you didn't know that? He used to wear the big Zubaz pants down there and shit.
Yeah.
Like that. You know, he wore all that shit. Crazy.
He used to drink those fucking. Wait, you guys remember those Twin Lab juices? But they were protein, but they were juice based. Remember those Twin Lab juices?
Hell yeah! Oh,
he used to have dude. He used to have dozens and dozens of them in his car going, and he would suck on them all day.
Old school amino fuel, man. Twin Labs used to have.
It was that really collagen protein. It was disgusting. That was where they made all their money, right, Romano?
It was like a fruit juice. It was like a Gatorade.
That was.
You're talking about the cardboard?
Cherry-mino, yeah, whatever. Cherry-mino, yeah.
I remember. Remember Nature's Best and all, and they're the first ones to come out with that nasty. It tastes like stomach.
No, we were Twin was, Greg. You're wrong.
Yeah, we were first.
First to market.
Now, remember they used to come in the shampoo bottles? Look at shampoo
Twin did
bottles.
it first. Yeah. We did it first.
Like 1980 and shit like that. You drink.
We did it better.
Twin was first, right?
You ever started out in Long Island?
Do it better. We do it better.
Dude, the guy from George, the guy from American Bodybuilder, Scott. I knew him. He used to fucking. They were making that shit in the basement. You know what I mean? It was like no.
Does anyone know what Weider paid for American Bodybuilding? Remember he bought all the drinks.
Yeah, I remember that.
What do you think Weider paid for that?
They even had the protein drink. There was like a little fucking, you pop the can.
Oh, with the can.
ABB.
Yeah.
You know, all those ABB drinks, Weider owned them at the end because he bought them.
He bought them.
He bought them.
You remember the bars? They had this steel bar thing. That shit was like just a giant Milky Way.
Yes.
There was no protein in that. I used to talk to them. I know the fucking guys. You know him, Scott. He's from Long Island.
Yeah, I know who it is.
Wait, you guys remember the one that was called Sports Shake?
It was the Schwartz. I forgot.
You remember Sports Shake? It was
Sports
a fucking protein. Yeah, Sports Shake. It was a good one in the 80s, 90s.
My favorite one was Russian Bear. You guys remember Russian
Bear? Of course.
When you would have that shit.
It was like 5,000 fucking calories.
Who was the dude in that ad? They ran the same ad for like 15 years. Yeah. That fucking guy with the costume on with the shitty tricep shot. They ran that ad for fucking 20 years.
That was a year.
It was like the Bulgarian. Remember the Bulgarian?
The Bulgarian shit.
You know who that was? That was Phil Hernan.
These guys are young, but do you remember when fucking orchid glands came out? That was the big thing. Eat the orchid glands with balls and shit. I remember I used to get it from Mike McDonald up in all that shit. You gotta remember, we're from the 70s and shit. So
they're selling that shit now. They try to sell glandulars and make it seem like they're like steroids. And morons, these TikTokers are buying the shit too. Ecdixterone and all these other like sterols, plant sterols.
I used to have some stories with fucking Russian Bear because when you incorporate about a half a gallon of whole milk on it, it's like way over fucking like 5,000 calories.
Oh yeah.
So sometimes I used to take that shit like 30 minutes later. I'm doing fucking legs, and I'm like on fucking like Test, Trent, you fucking name it. While I was in high school, man, and it's like everybody was evacuating the fucking gym, in high school because it's like the fucking forts. Having like 5,000 fucking calories.
Nothing was worse, Richard. Nothing was worse than hot stuff farts. Greg, I don't know how. There's no way you could take that. You would have definitely shit your pants from that.
See, if you took the enema, you wouldn't have to worry about that. He's getting a fart.
You couldn't even shit on the hot stuff. You just farted. You just farted.
No. Hot stuff negates an enema.
Yes.
What the fuck was a hot stuff?
Yeah, no, that shit was awful.
See if you can find it on there. Hot stuff was a canister. It had every known ingredient to man in there. There was every ingredient that you could possibly put in there. The list had to be 100 ingredients.
Wasn't there a steroid though?
No, there was a rumor. That was never true.
No,
it wasn't true.
They did it in the first batch. He had methyl testosterone in that shit.
How do you know? How do you know for a fact?
It was
because guys were making monster gains, and I knew guys that were on that shit. You know, and they never got it after that.
It wasn't all the other shit they were on. It was just the hot stuff.
You know what? No, John, I was taking that stuff, and people were accusing me of being on steroids, and I swear I wasn't. So maybe, who knows? Maybe there was some stuff in there.
This is.
I'm telling
you. That's probably the new stuff. But
yeah, this is actively being sold.
Shit. It came in a what was his name? Tom Minicello? No.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Jimmy worked for him.
Yeah.
Who was your first contract, Dave, with?
Up your gas.
Champion Nutrition.
Champion?
Michael Zampano.
Anabolic activator, is that it?
Yeah, it was like something like that. Those are probably the
Mike Zampano's the guy.
It was banana flavor. That was the original one.
It must be this
Dave,
one,
Mike Zampano's the guy who taught me fucking about what steroids are and all that shit.
Mike Zampano used to teach Sunday school at Gold's Gym about steroids.
I remember he was upstairs. He was in the office.
Champion had the first.
Every Sunday, he used to have a group of people in the back of the gym, and he would just teach them about steroids. That's where Duchesne got the idea for the underground steroid handbook.
Yeah, but he also assisted Duchesne with the underground steroid handbook. Nobody knows.
Yeah, he helped him. That's
why if you read the first book,
if
you read the first underground steroid handbook, they would say we. A lot of times we tried this and we did this and we.
There was no hiding that. Dan was very upfront about that.
It was Duchesne and fucking Zampano.
Right.
I know Zampano really well. I used to go upstairs and he had an office right upstairs. But if you took the front desk at Gold's, directly upstairs, his office was up there.
Yep.
Was Dan who brought DMP in? Was Dan Duchesne the one that brought DMP in bodybuilding?
Yep. DNP, a ton of shit was.
Dude, my friend's girlfriend died from that.
Nubane, DNP.
I know Nubane. Who?
Clenbuterol.
I've never used DNP. I've never had to.
Metformin, Clenbuterol.
Dude, even Nolvadex, estrogen blockers.
GHB, all of that shit.
GHB, you're right.
Nobody thought of that.
Duchesne.
Nobody thought of that.
I was listening to Jay Cutler the other day. He said he didn't use any estrogen blockers until he met Hani, and I'm like, Aceto never had him use estrogen blockers?
He probably was using Nolvadex. That's all they had back then. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
He meant he wasn't using an aromatase inhibitor, probably.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've never tried DMP. Have y'all?
I have.
Never.
Not
do
good.
that shit.
Very dangerous. Very dangerous.
I've used it several times.
Very dangerous.
My friend's girlfriend died from that shit. You don't want to do that shit. It's bad.
The first time we ever did it was with Duchesne, and he had bought a bag of it as raw powder, and we were encapsulating it. So I was helping him do it, and we would just take the big 00 capsules and we had it out on a pile of newspaper, and we're scooping it up and putting the things together with our hands to see if it would, how to dose it. So we're doing this for like half an hour, and all of a sudden I notice I'm fucking sweating. I'm hot
your fingers.
Fuck. And I'm like, Dan, do you have the air conditioning on? He goes, I'm hot too. We realized it was going through our fingers.
Oh
yeah.
no. Holy shit.
Through our skin, the shit.
It goes through plastic and everything, right?
Oh, it does?
Jesus.
Wow. Yeah.
Turns your cum yellow.
What?
Really?
Yeah. I know that.
It's not good for you. It's an uncoupling agent that it releases ATP as heat. The problem is if you take too much of it, you can burn your cells up. You can literally cook
and you can
yourself.
only take it at night because it sucks your energy out. You cannot train on that shit at all.
It is the worst. It's very dangerous. It's the only drug I would not recommend that anyone take.
Yeah, I wouldn't take that again.
People ask me, I say, do not take it. Do not take it. Very
Tony Huge sends it. I think he still has
because he was selling it, John. That's why he.
Yeah, I know. He
sent
me a bunch of it for free.
Yeah,
he just made a video today on it too. This morning I was watching it.
Can people die from that shit?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's
his girlfriend died.
Yeah. Why would he sell that? Why would that guy sell that?
What's the
why do people sell heroin? George, why do people sell heroin?
What else?
Why do people sell cookies?
I know, but he's in the house.
That was a good one.
DNP cookies.
That was a good one.
I mean, it's
Because
crazy.
there's a market.
It's all about the Benjamins.
Yeah.
It's all about the fucking.
So I wanted to ask Romano a question. Hold
on
on.
the DMP.
John, what do you think about number one, Trump coming back to Twitter or being let back on Twitter? I don't know if he's going to post or not. And Kanye coming back.
Yay. Oh my God.
Yay doesn't matter. Although I like the way he thinks these days. But Trump's not going back to Twitter. He's got his own Truth Social
if he runs for president, though, you don't think he's going to use the Twitter?
I think he might give in and go back on it. I think he will. I think his staff will make him do it.
He will.
He has to. It's too big of a platform.
It's a huge platform, and I don't think he'd want to miss it.
He's got the most followers, doesn't he, or something like that?
What's that?
Doesn't he have the most followers on Twitter?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
He did at the time they took it down. We don't know now.
Yeah. You got to see the liberals crying, though. It's like free speech is free speech. It doesn't just go. You know what I would say? You know what the problem is with liberals? They want to hear your speech coming out of their. They want to hear their speech coming out of your mouth.
No, that too. But you know what else is? You know what else is wrong with them? I'll give you a great example. The Nancy Pelosi removed congressmen from sitting committees because she didn't like the way they thought. Now you got the Republicans are taking over the House. The new speaker is going to get rid of Ilhan Omar, take her off her committee. They're going to get rid of Swalwell, get him off of his committee. And what's his name? The liar there.
Fucking with big eyeballs.
Yeah. It's pencilman. Right. Yeah. What the fuck's his name? You know who I mean. Adam Schiff. The liberals are melting down. How can you remove these people from their committees? Which is exactly what you guys fucking did the last time. You know,
and it's exactly what you're supposed to do. If a guy's sleeping with a spy, you don't fucking think should we still be sharing our fucking information?
Fucking Swalwell can't get a security clearance in the private sector because of his association with Chinese spies. Yet he's head of a fucking select committee in Congress on foreign affairs.
They should switch him over to the TikTok committee. Put him on TikTok.
Exactly. They should just leave him on TikTok.
John, they funded him to run for office. That Chinese spy was giving him money and setting him up in the office so he didn't have to work. All he had to do was campaign.
Hey, George. George, now that you're on the Republican Party and they did very well in the state of Florida, have you been given a promotion?
I'm gonna start becoming a poll worker for the next election. I'll probably help with whoever runs for if Trump runs, whoever runs, I'll be part of their campaign.
Oh, really?
What does he call Ron? What is it?
DeSantis. Sanctimonious.
Sanctimonious.
Yeah.
But he's laying off on him. He's not going. He's not going.
He could be his vice president for all we know.
That would be the winning ticket of all
so.
Time is the two of them.
No, they're not going to do that. I don't think. I don't think they're going to do it. I think that Ron DeSantis wants to do another. Florida needs him. If he leaves,
I don't want him to leave.
Trouble. He's going to go blue. Watch. But he wants to do his 4 years there. He's young. He's only 42.
Yeah, it's true.
He wants to do his 4 years there, then go for president. If you get Trump in there, you'd have 4 years of Trump, then 8 years of DeSantis. That's the ticket.
Yeah. One of the great things that's going to happen immediately, day one of the new Congress, when the Republicans are in charge of the House, is they're Xing out that fucking new 53,000 million whatever IRS agents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And going to close the border investigation.
Hey, did they pass that legislation in Colorado to legalize hallucinogens?
I don't know.
I think they were.
They were going to legalize.
Yeah, they were going to make not LSD.
Mushrooms,
DHT, mushrooms, and one other thing.
Even meth. They wanted meth. Legal. They wanted meth legal. They wanted a bunch of stuff.
They should make MDMA legal too. Yeah.
Dude, wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. How is it possible that some guy was just caught in New York City with 250,000 pills of fentanyl They brought him in, they booked him, and then they released him because you can't get out bail, right? You know, there's no bail here. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's bailless. You know, no cash bail. Just get right out, back on the street.
Over 100,000 people dying from fentanyl.
250,000 pills, though. Do you
yeah, but most likely they let him out most likely because he's probably cooperating. He's telling. Because if something of that, I mean, having been in the feds, something of that. I mean, of that amount, you have to be working.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, he's not.
No bail. They got no bail. They're letting
these guys are going to take
manslaughter. They let you out.
Right. He's right. George is right. No bail.
These people are funded. The DAs were funded by Soros and these groups that want a complete chaos. They want to let all the criminals out and put regular citizens in jail.
Maybe we should start selling steroids again, Greg. Greg, John, Richard Rodriguez. Let's get a whole thing going in New York State.
Yeah, you know what's funny? 250,000.
Don't even fucking tempt Richard, please.
If you're caught with a couple of
yeah, we got to do it in New York though, because in Florida they'll throw you in jail for life. You know, down here.
Richard's fucking salivating out of his mouth thinking about that.
Hey, not New York. I'll do it in Florida because it's like that judge in New York, man, where my case originates, she hates my fucking guts, man.
Yeah, Rich, don't even say that. She's going to see this and fucking come fuck your ass.
You're going to have to do some enemas before you go in there, yeah.
That's a good one, Dave.
Rich made money in that business. He can make it legally.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, you know what? I mean, thank God, things are going well. That's Arcadian, but like even just the fact of like during that time, man, it's like when I was in front of this woman, like she portrayed me like I was like this evil fucking human being, and I'm like, fuck, it's anabolics. I didn't want to downplay obviously the criminal activity that I did, but it's like she made it seem like I killed 500,000 fucking people. Yeah. She's like, you're like scum. You're like the worst person in this earth. And I'm like, what? Because I made people look good, fuck all night, and
the judges don't think steroids are good. Dude, I got my custody case. The judge wrote, you cannot do steroids, prescription or not. So basically tell me I can't even do TRT.
Wow.
So my attorney's like, I was like, I'm not quitting TRT. My testosterone levels get down to 17. Yeah. So I mean, they're crazy about.
So how did you flip that? How'd you flip that, Armon? How'd you let them allow you to do it?
I'm just doing it. So next time I go back, I have to pay a doctor $5,000 just to say, yeah, TRT is. If he doesn't take testosterone, he's unhealthy. That's you know.
Right. You know what,
bad for you.
Mr. G, can you make trend cookies? I think we would. That would be a bestseller. I think.
No.
You know what I would have
Trend cookies.
For a short period of time.
Richard, how easy would it be to market trend cookies? Do you think you can do it?
Very easy.
Who would you hire as your first influencer?
Bobby Muscles.
Dave, you know what I want to
I
know?
would try to get Michael Hearn. You know how they always used to like joke around say he was like Michael Trend?
Yeah.
So I would try to hire him and develop different hashtags.
What would you let's just do this fictitiously. You gotta make a phone call to Michael Hearn. John Romano, you play Michael Hearn. Ring, ring. What do you say to him?
Hello?
I was like, Mike, man, I know you're fascinated with the trend-infused ostrich eggs. Everybody knows that those ostrich eggs are full with trenbolone acetate. But I also know that you have a fondness of sweets. I just came up with this most phenomenal cookie, man, that has double the dosage. Again, let me repeat this. Double the dosage of trenbolone acetate than your ostrich eggs. What do you think, man? 1 year supply, like I'll give you 80% commissions, royalty.
No, you got to give a salary too. What are you paying?
He hung up. No,
you know, and you know what? You know what? I believe in you, Mike.
Sounds like
I'll even pay you $6,000 a month because I'm that confident that
does Michael Hearn do it?
No,
John.
Jesus Christ, no. He's not going to do that shit. No way. Wait, that's silly shit. Let me ask you a question. Did you ever notice that no guy who sells testosterone to fucking female to male trannies never gets busted, or a guy who sells estrogen. I sold estrogen to some of the trannies. They would be so scared to make that bust, the fucking cops, because it's so anti-woke right now that some girl could get a little bottle of test and be right in front of a cop. So yeah, I just bought this off the street, and you know what? I'm going to do it. And you got a problem with it? I'll fucking. They'd be like, oh shit, no. They don't want, no DA would, no district attorney would touch that because it would be that would be like you're picking on trans people, you know, all this other shit. That would be like the ultimate. So if you ever caught with Tess, you say, this is for my sister. My sister's transgendering. So you guys out there.
Or just say, hey, man.
Transgendering, she's a trans man, and this is for her. Do you have a problem with that? No way. Be on your way. That's what they'd say.
I would just say something. I would say just something so extreme, like, hey, I'm trying to grow a vagina.
No, you know what
I'm taking excessive amounts of.
You say, go ahead. My girlfriend, she's a nice guy. You say, yo, my sister's a nice guy, and I'm getting her. She wants to be, you know, I'm getting her fucking testosterone or something like that. You blame it on some chick that you're with or whatever. Yeah, she's gonna transgender. So this testosterone's first. If you ever caught, that's what you say. Say yeah, because there's no fucking district attorney will touch that. Not in a fucking million years.
What's an ostrich eggs? What's the thing with ostrich eggs?
That is
just bullshit thing.
It's bullshit. George, don't you remember when we were younger? George,
I thought it was duck eggs.
Guys used to say eat fertilized eggs.
No.
Don't John Romano, Dave, you remember that shit. George, come on. Remember they used to say eat fertilized eggs? You remember that shit?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Big thing in like the 80s, like, oh, eat fertilized eggs. I might eat no fucking fertilized egg. Open it up and there's a little chicken in there.
Yeah. They had this little thing with a light. You had to put the egg on it, and it's when the light came up to it, you see the little dot.
Remember that?
Remember that?
The carton was like white and blue with blue.
It's better than, wasn't Mahalik eating monkey brains, George, for the growth hormone?
I don't know that, but Steve, I guess I was Steve's guinea pig. He used to
Mahalik said he would eat monkey brains. They used to get the GH from the brains, you know.
Wait, didn't Lyle Zato too?
I remember he did.
Actually, Zato took the.
Zato too, right?
No, Zato took the actual product harvested from cadavers, crest hormone.
No, but not the monkey GH.
No, the human one from cadavers.
Yeah, that was strong
that's
stuff.
That's how he got his brain cancer.
I don't think that's what.
You think that's what caused it though?
It's what his doctor, his said.
Is it really? Is that what they said?
Yep.
So Alzado first they.
So he had Jacob Creutzfeldt syndrome.
His central nervous system lymphoma wasn't Crutchfield Jacob, but it was assimilated the same way through the brain tissue.
It could have been for
that. Know what's funny? Paul DeMeo was telling me he thought that there was a little rumor that Lyle had AIDS.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
I heard that too.
The lymphoma that he had was associated with people who had AIDS.
Ted Dixon was telling people that Lyle was gay, though. You remember?
Of course he was. Ted Dixon would have been his wildest dreams would love for Salzado.
Shit. I don't think. He would probably fucking. They were all whacked back there.
I trained with Alzado for 2 years. Let me tell you, and I hung out with him and shit. There's no fucking way that guy had a gay cell in his body.
Dude, I was at Gold's Gym when he came in there.
Gregg gave him an enema, I heard.
Wait, listen. He was at Gold's Gym. He fucking freaked out because he let the Barbarian brothers stay at his apartment when he was in Europe. And when he came back, they had parties there. They wrecked his fucking house, and Gronkowski wouldn't let the Barbarian brothers train there for like 6 months. He told him, you got to go somewhere else because Alzado told him, if I catch them in this fucking gym, I'm gonna fucking kill him. And he was friends with them.
And they were tough guys too. It wasn't like they were like wimps, you know.
Yeah, let me tell you something. They were dude. Let me tell you, he would have both of them. He would snap both their necks. He was a bad motherfucker.
I know.
You remind me of Jimmy the Bull.
One day we were training legs, and he's I was the guy who had to get everybody off the machines, and he says it was this little guy doing leg extensions, and I go, he goes, get that guy off the extensions.
Oh shit, that was me.
So I go over there. you know, the guy's like non-compliant. So Alzado walks over. He goes, "How many more you got? How many more you got there?" And the guy looks at Alzado and says, "When I'm done, I'm done."
Oh boy.
Alzado, who has a hand like a fucking catcher's mitt, says, "You're done now." And he grabs the guy like this, pulls his shirt, and he tosses the guy with one hand like this. The guy lands about 8 feet away in a pile on the floor.
You guys remember how well he
it turns
fought
out the
Ali?
guy was an attorney.
Oh no.
Oh no.
He sued Alzado, and that little toss cost him 35 grand.
Oh no way! Really?
That's
Wow.
like Charlie Arms.
Yeah.
What a
Charlie
fucking
Arms would do
weasel.
shit like
He never
that.
would have sued Charlie though. That's for sure.
Charlie Arms would have been the answer. He would have said, "Come on, let's go.
Charlie
Let's go.
would've
Get off
came
the
back.
fucking machine. You're not even. Get off. You're done. You're done. Let's go. Get
Wait a
off.
second, John.
Charlie would have hit him so hard he
would.
would have had amnesia. He wouldn't have known what remembered what happened. You know.
Dude, I
we
tell
gotta
you what,
get
I would've
Charlie on. Come on.
Alzado was a bad dude, and I remember him being a big motherfucker too. When I was there, I stayed away from. But I tell you what, I thought Charlie Arms in his prime in a pit with him. It would have been a hell of a fight because Charlie Arms was no joke. You know that.
Greg, remember his fight with Ali? How hard he fought. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
watched that or not.
Which
Yeah,
fight?
but you know
Exhibition
what?
fight.
Yeah, I do remember them fighting. I didn't see it though. You know what I'm saying?
It was a great fight.
Who'd he
It's
fight?
on YouTube. Watch it.
Who?
Muhammad Ali. He fought Muhammad Ali.
He did?
Alzado?
Really?
Yeah.
When was that?
In the
I
70s.
remember it.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be on YouTube.
It was a
It was
boxing
a
match?
great fight.
Yeah, but I
Boxing.
remember it.
Yeah.
Dude,
Ali
it was a
used to do
great
these
fucking
like
fight.
that.
It was a great
Yeah, but
fight.
he could
Way
never
better
put
than
up
when he
in a
fought that
boxing match.
Japanese wrestler.
Yeah, Inoki, that guy Inoki.
Did
That
Ali
was a
win?
shit show.
Did Ali win the fight?
I don't remember.
How
honestly.
could you not remember? You remember the fight? You don't remember
No,
who
because
won?
it was just a great fight. It was an exhibition fight, so I
It
don't
was
think
an
there was any
exhibition.
winner.
Nobody wins exhibition
Yeah,
fights.
But
nobody won, but it was
but
like
in
a
a
great
boxing
fight.
match,
Though.
Ali would have killed him. He would have picked him apart and would have killed him. Again, I don't care. Alzado would get gassed too after fucking 1 minute.
Tyler,
But
see
these
if you
guys-
could find the highlights.
No. Alzado was in amazing condition.
He was in
Yeah.
amazing
Fuck no.
condition, muscle wise. But
No.
you
When he
go
was
fucking
playing
right.
football, are you kidding me? He was an unstoppable machine.
Listen,
Unstoppable.
I know that
there
in
was
football-
no gas and nothing. That guy was a fucking maniac when he was playing
in football, but not with boxing. It's a different boxing. MMA guys kill fucking bodybuilders. You can't have that kind of mess. Ali would have been fucking banging and moving around, back in. You can't compare Muhammad. Muhammad Ali's were the greatest fighters ever. There's no way. If Alzado could have beat him,
No, I'm not saying that he wasn't a good fighter. What I'm saying is Alzado was an incredible cardiovascular.
All right,
machine.
here it is.
he's an
Ali
animal.
fought Lyle Alzado at Mile High Stadium. Ali was long past his prime by the time he agreed to fight the NFL star in an 8-round exhibition match in the middle of Mile High Stadium's football field in Denver, Colorado.
Yeah, Ali was already in his 40s, and he wasn't taking it seriously. Just like when he fought that guy Inoki.
Dude, the highlights, you'd be shocked at the highlights. I'm trying to see.
It says Ali held his own early on. He landed punches and taunted him. Then, Alzado held his own early on. Then Ali broke out the Ali shuffle, began to fight back. No knockouts took place because the fight wasn't scored. It could have been a whole WWE like type of bullshit, fight too.
Did you ever see Maurice Pujanowski, the strongest man in the world? That motherfucker was a prison fighter. He was an animal, bro.
Yeah.
A fucking animal. He would go in the ring and he would knock guys out within the first minute until he fought Tim Silva, who has no build, no nothing, look like a dad bod in there.
Wait, let me ask you guys a question. Who wins in a fight, Lyle Alzado or Jimmy the Bull?
But wait, listen. So fucking Tim Silva beat the fuck out of him. He waited. You get these guys with big muscle like that get gassed.
Right.
But and to answer your question, Jimmy the Bull also does MMA. I seen him kick a fucking ceiling. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll look at a ceiling and he'll be like, "Watch, you're gonna fucking kick the ceiling." So it's a different animal. If you throw an MMA guy in there and he's allowed to do MMA, even Mike Tyson would get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Probably, yeah, right.
If you don't hit him, if Mike Tyson don't hit you and he gets low and one of these guys grab him and put him down on the ground and put him in a fucking, jiu-jitsu move, he's done. And so you can't really compare. Jimmy can fight martial arts. Jimmy's a martial artist.
It's just kind of like, what is it? What was that black Street Fighter's name that went to the UFC? He passed away.
Kimbo Slice.
Kimbo Slice.
Yeah, Kimbo Slice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, can you imagine it? And Kimbo Slice held his own, not for nothing. Can you imagine if you got him when he was a kid and like these kids right now that are going to karate and to taekwondo and MMA and all that shit from when they're like 5 years old. And then, you know, a lot of them MMA guys started when they were young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the Diaz brothers, you know, he was young. Imagine if you got Kimbo Slice then. I mean, think about it. He was just you had to teach him stuff. Michael J. White was fucking showing him a lot of
his son fights now.
Greg, do you
I haven't
remember
watched any of his son's fights? Kimbo Slice's son. I haven't watched any of his fights though.
No, I haven't seen him.
Greg, do you remember when Jim Brown used to be around in Venice?
Oh yeah,
He came around too.
One day I was on the boardwalk in Venice and the pit, you know, where all the ex-cons are training. And these two guys, Jim Brown is roller skating by with a girl. He's on roller skates. And these two guys start calling him out. Jim Brown, you ain't so bad. Jim Brown, you think you're a badass. They're like fucking taunting him. Jim Brown fucking skates into the pit on roller skates, and beats the fuck out of these two guys, smacking them with plates, and he beat the living shit out of them on roller skates. On roller skates.
You know why, John? Because you want to talk about a fucking
That's a
athlete?
man.
No, but wait, he wasn't just a football player. He might be the greatest lacrosse player.
Yeah, lacrosse. I was gonna say, yeah.
Do you know how hard it is?
Really?
Dude,
Yeah,
lacrosse,
Syracuse.
you can't be a fucking fat, out of shape athlete or, you know, like some lineman that does like 5 seconds, and then it plays over. Dude, this fucking guy was such an athlete, Jimmy Brown. He was amazing athlete. It was maybe the greatest. Everybody knows him as one of the greatest football players ever. But he might be the greatest lacrosse player. Dude, you have to have fucking serious wind to play. You know, like I think he was a midfielder. I'm not sure. He could check.
Yeah, he was totally not. He had a 5-pound plate in his hand. He was smacking the guys in the face with a 5-pound plate in the palm of his hand, whacking them like fuck. You could feel it in the ground. He was hitting so hard.
Wow.
And you know those guys today, John, are probably telling everyone Jim Brown beat the shit out of me in the pit.
Those guys today can't form a fucking sentence without drooling right now.
All right, I got to wrap this up. I got another interview coming up. Guys, great talking with all of you today. Good stuff. Tyler back in the studio. I want everyone to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully you spend time with your family and have a peaceful day. Is everyone cooking or going out? What are you guys doing?
Cooking.
This is my first family Thanksgiving in fucking 20 years.
Wow,
15 years. My first time I'm
going over there to eat.
I met a special someone this past week, and we've been going nonstop every single day.
What's his name?
Gregg will give you the enema recipe.
So you got a multi-day discount on that one.
Listen, Richard, she's a nice guy. Richard, she's a nice guy.
No, she's not.
Gregg sent her over to you. Yeah.
The chemistry is amazing, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing how it goes, man. It's been a week now. Yeah.
Two enemas together.
I'm happy for you, bro. Take an enema, though. Take an enema before, just in case. This way here, you're clean. If she does have a dick, you're clean.
I think you should do the enemas together. Start the relationship.
Well, I don't know.
That way.
Richard, we got to break your balls. I love you, bro. I wish you the
Good
best.
luck. Yeah, good luck with your woman.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Good luck, Rich.
George, what are you doing?
I'm going to my. I'm cooking, and I'm going to my landlord's. Is Italian, and she got a big Italian Thanksgiving.
Oh, all right, that's good.
So I'm going over there with a bunch of Tupperwares. That's the Irish Spring.
You going to your mother's house, Tyler?
Grandpops. We bring Tupperware. Yeah, because we get all the leftovers.
Armon, what are you doing?
I just stay in my house. My dad will come over. We have a bunch of family, but it's just too much trouble to get all.
I like to go out for dinner on Thanksgiving. I don't know why. It's just easier. But
yeah, but what's open though? Is
I don't
all
like
Chinese
to cook.
food places open?
There's always some place open.
There's
I think
always the Chinese place open.
No, the
Chinese
Chinese
is
place is closed on Thanksgiving. They're open on Christmas because that's their only holiday. Thanksgiving.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Golden
restaurants
Corral is open.
Golden Corral. Yeah. We don't have Golden Corral closed here after COVID. We got. I think we got like Mel's Diner might be open or something like that.
Wow.
Dave, if I was down there, we'd have a fucking.
I know. I'm waiting for you to move. Jimmy the Bull's supposed to come down and cook dinner too. Jimmy said he's coming down to cook sauce for us. Sauce and meatballs and spaghetti.
I'm starting to cook tonight for the fucking for Thursday.
Yeah, John does a good
John's
Thanksgiving. He made us one year. Yeah.
I'm going over John Romano's now. I can tell he's gonna have a feast.
He does a good Thanksgiving. I'll give him that.
I know, and he can cook like a motherfucker too.
All right, got to wrap it up, guys. Thanks for joining us today. Have a safe Thanksgiving, and we will see you again next week for another edition of After Hours.
Take care.
Later.
All right, guys.
All right.
Love you guys.
I love you, man.
See y'all later.